Today's special emergency Odell Beckham Tom is going through a crisis episode is brought to you by The Athletic. The Athletic is a subscription-based publisher of smarter sports coverage for die-hard fans. The model's simple. No ads, no pop-ups, and no autoplay videos. Instead, readers get in-depth coverage written by journalists who know their teams and leagues inside and out. Today, Terrific Talk listeners can get 40% off by using the promo code TERRIFIC, making the subscription $2.99 a month. Again, subscribe today using promo code TERRIFIC to be a part of the future of sports journalism. All right, I'm not in a great place right now. Let's just leave it at that. My sports teams are just really letting me down, and we'll get into it here with Steve, who is basking in the glory of Odell Beckham leaving the Giants. Let me bring him in here.
All right, man. So we had to do an emergency podcast here. I am in a dark place, to say the least.
I hope that you stayed away from bridges today.
I steered clear of bridges. It's crazy, you know?
Yes.
We've been talking on the podcast about how all the Philly teams are just going for it. They're going free agents. You know, we got Bryce Harper, Jimmy Butler. They were close in the Le'Veon Bell talks, I guess. My teams, on the other hand, are just doing absolutely nothing and going the opposite direction. The Mets are doing nothing, and now the Giants trade away their best player, a guy
Franchise player,
100%, arguably the best receiver in the entire league, and now he's gone, and I'm getting like a million text messages from my friends like, hey, Tom, really good call getting rid of Odell and keeping Eli. Nice strategy.
I just saw that notification come through. Breaking news: Giants are sticking with Eli, and I laughed. I just out loud.
Dude, you must be
what
thrilled.
What are they doing? Oh, I'm giddy. It's like Christmas morning for me right now.
That's like my biggest thing is every other team in that division, and then they're all ecstatic that Odell's out of town.
Yes,
he's out of the division.
He was a nightmare for us. So he routinely would do 2 touchdown performances easy, like multiple times, or go off for 10 catches, 150 yards. Like
speed in the hands is just insane, and his route running. So the Giants are clearly signaling to the world. They've been doing this all winter. They're just anyone who has any bit of talent, they are releasing or trading. It is a big-time fire sale. We saw it with Olivia Vernon. We saw it with Landon Collins. Now we're seeing it with Odell Beckham. So the Giants are getting the Browns' first-round pick this year, the number 17 pick, as well as the Browns' third-round pick next year, and they're getting Jabril Peppers, the safety, who I guess is going to replace Landon Collins.
A poor man's
I
Landon
guess
Collins.
so. I just don't understand. Beckham has been a thing, like his personality, and he's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And you hear all these guys talk about culture, but so the Giants' plan here is tank this year. Maybe they'll even bring Eli back. They'll just be horrible this year, get another high draft pick next year, and start basically from fresh. My thing is, okay, we want to rebuild. That's fine. We can still do that with Odell. Like, we've been terrible with Odell. You tank so you can get high draft picks, so you can get guys like Odell. We already had him. We just signed him to
build around Odell.
Exactly. Yeah. We just signed him to a huge contract. I'm very nervous about Gettleman, the new GM of the Giants, and everything that's happening right now. Very nervous.
Yeah, Gettleman was the guy that cut or let go of Josh Norman, let him walk, correct? So he just has he's now starting to develop this history of just these outspoken, very talented players. It's almost like he doesn't want to deal with their nonsense, so he just cuts bait with them so that he doesn't have to manage him. But you're a general manager. Your main job description is to manage people on that team, and he just seems that he is a coward and just wants to. If he doesn't like what he sees, or if they're not totally in line with what he wants, it's just okay. You're out. Ship him out.
Now I will say this in the Giants' defense. I'm hearing a lot about this. It seems like that the Giants did better than the Steelers did in the Antonio Brown trade.
Way better. Oh, I was going to say that to you. At least you're not the Steelers, and that you got a first-round pick and a third-round pick. I mean, with the Steelers, their best pick was a third. What did they get? Yeah. Third and a fifth for Antonio Brown. Like, oof, man. Now, Antonio Brown's got a couple of more years on Odell, but I feel like we discussed this the other day. Antonio Brown, we both feel has at least another 3 solid years playing the position. And the Steelers, I don't know what they're really going to get in return for him with those picks, whereas the Giants have an opportunity to play maker at 7 there.
So,
hell, I think they got Odell at 15 or 16,
you got him a little later in the first round. He was an amazing pick. He was an incredible pick. And
incredible pick.
I've had really mixed feelings about Odell kind of this whole time. Like, his talent is just through the roof. He's insane. He's one of the best receivers in all of the game. He has a chance to go down as an all-time great, no doubt about it. He is a bit of a diva, you know? As we've seen in the past with big-time wide receivers, like that comes with the territory. He kind of can sometimes amp it up a little too much for my liking. A little bit. It's just not a good, especially when there's kind of a losing culture in that locker room. It's not like exactly what you want to be seeing. Also a little injury prone the last couple of years. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Odell? Like, is he worth the headache?
I mean, you just touched on the health thing. If the health thing becomes a question mark, then I don't know if anybody's worth a headache. If we leave health aside, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? If he's producing, I just think that the fact that he's gone is Gettleman worried about his ego over everything else. And in some instances, like these guys, they have strong personalities. They have super high levels of confidence, and that's why they're where they are. I just think it kind of comes with the territory. When you want someone like that, you're going to have that type of personality, and you just have to be in a position to manage it. I personally would have, if Odell came to the Eagles, I'd be ecstatic. I would manage that personality. I would allow that personality to do what he wanted to do as long as he's catching touchdowns, making big plays. I love T.O.
Yeah.
I thought the Eagles should have paid T.O., and we saw T.O. doing workouts in his driveway. We saw T.O. doing a whole host of a lot of things, a lot of complaining. He was fighting with McNabb. But at the end of the day, the guy off a broken leg set a Super Bowl record for most receptions in a Super Bowl after having missed the prior 6 weeks of football. So, I just think at some point you're going to deal with people that have big personalities. Again, general manager, you have to manage people. I had to have learned to deal with it, but obviously they just didn't want to do it. Now at least they got a first rounder out of it, but I just think that's gonna be something that potentially could haunt the Giants down the road.
Yeah, it's just dumb. The more and more I think about it, I want to talk myself into, he's been a headache.
You want to
we got a bunch of draft picks out of this.
Spin it that way. You're in New York, of course. They're spinning it any way they can to make themselves look good.
I just think this is not a good move. He's their best player, franchise guy. Those guys don't come around all that often. I think they're overreacted. So I'm very worried about the Giants. Congrats to all the Browns fans out there. That's pretty awesome for Baker Mayfield to have him and Jarvis Landry now, the former LSU teammates, together. Browns should be a fun watch this year. Second half of the season, the Browns were kind of coming on late. Their defense was playing really well, and now their offense was kind of figuring things out. Baker year 2, you add Odell into the mix. I think the Browns are definitely
not only
favorites.
Do you add Odell, but you potentially add Kareem Hunt into the fold. Now, I could see him getting suspended for a potential year, but
that's a good point. And they already have Chubb.
They've already got Nick Chubb. It was a beat.
Let's take a quick break, man. All right. I want to tell you about Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, there's no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. View easy-to-understand charts and market data, and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You can also view stock collections such as the 100 most popular. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio. Discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving listeners of Terrific Talk a free stock, like Apple, Ford, or Sprint, to help you build your portfolio. All you got to do is sign up at terrific.robinhood.com. Again, for all my Terrific Talk listeners, you get a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint. To help you build your portfolio, just go to terrific.robinhood.com.
I know I mentioned to you in our last pod, like this is the time now for the Giants to go nuts. Like take a shot at Kyler Murray, do something. They did the absolute opposite of what we were hoping they were going to do. So I feel for you. The Eagles,
I'm
you
just
have plenty of room
devastated.
on the bandwagon if you want to jump on. To get on
God.
board with the team that has some hope in the future.
So I was talking to somebody today who's a big sports fan, New York sports fan. His Yankees are looking great. That's not good for me. Judge, he's saying he's going to be MVP. The Knicks, I am really just deathly afraid of KD coming and them getting Zion. I'm very scared of that happening. And now the Giants getting rid of Odell and the Jets signing Le'Veon Bell. Now the Jets are the toast of the town.
He's in the.
It's a great move, I think.
He's
for
in
the
the wrong
Jets here.
green and white, in my opinion. However, but dude, that's got to just kill you to see that the Jets are going for it right now.
It's just on the same day we lose Odell that happens. Pretty crazy. Shout out Solly. He's very excited.
The king. You're feeling good right now.
I think Le'Veon Bell is going to be a good fit with the Jets. They still have some work to do with their offensive line, but I think for Sam Darnold, this is key. This is like a huge security blanket where he can, if he's in trouble, he can find Le'Veon out of the backfield. I think that's going to be huge for him in his development. I think it's a great signing by the Jets.
And what this does, it's like a domino effect. You get a big name like this, and other big name players are going to be more willing to come there. Again, he's in New York now. Maybe he sees it as his marketability being higher. Maybe he'll get some other endorsement deals because of where he's situated, and it'll allow him to raise his quote unquote make more money that way. But yeah, it's certainly not a fun hour for you. Let's just put it at that. Odell's gone. Le'Veon's Jets. Jesus God.
What is happening? Bryce Harper looking great with the Phillies. What the hell is happening? Unbelievable.
It's the sports gods testing.
Real quick, any other signings that you liked this week?
I mean, there's just been so many. I feel like I've seen them come in and I'm just like, oh my God, another one. Oh my God, another one. I need to sit down this weekend and just go through the scroll of all the players that signed and went places.
It's good to see Deshaun Jackson home.
Good. I'm super pumped to have DJ back home. That one hit right before we spoke. I'm actually kind of impressed with what the 49ers are doing. They're making moves and they're bringing guys in. I know I just saw today that they're adding Tevin Coleman. Not a super well-known name unless you really follow fantasy deeply, but he was a difference-making back for the Falcons, and I think that he'll be a good add to have for Jimmy G. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a totally different-looking NFL next year. I was thinking that yesterday when these pings I continue to get these pings from ESPN. Teams are going to look totally different. I think the balance of power will be interesting. I think at the end of the day, you're still talking Patriots, you're still talking Chiefs, you're still talking Chargers. The Browns. The Browns now potentially are in the conversation. NFC. I think you're still talking Rams, you're still talking Saints, you're still talking Eagles, you're still talking Bears. That defense is going to keep them notable, but I just think
they'll be there.
I think there is going to be the standings are going to be much different looking this coming year, I believe, and I think this could lead to a little bit more parity. So maybe some of these teams aren't as secure heading into the final weeks of the season as they were in years past, and it's going to be a dogfight all the way through. So
I love it. I love all the player movement right now that we're seeing. It's fun.
Is there one that
a lot of teams with a lot of salary cap space doing crazy things? I like it.
Is there one that you like the most or more than others? Or one team who's aggressive?
I think the Giants rebuild. It's got to be the Giants rebuild.
Oh man,
I'm pretty pumped.
Poor Saquon.
They know what they're doing. They have a clear plan.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I think they know. I'm really confident in the whole organization as a whole.
I really worry about Saquon, to be honest, because at least there was Odell. Now I just worry that he's just going to get overused and beat to hell. Which
is the exact opposite of what they should do.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he can be a workhorse.
This next season is like a LeBron Lakers season.
Just let him
it's
chill.
A complete waste.
Yeah, it is a waste.
Just let him chill.
Yep.
Fake an injury. I feel bad for Saquon because he's He's so good.
Yeah,
like he's going to be
special.
incredible.
Yeah, he's special.
So hopefully they can build from the inside out. They can use these picks on some linemen and just go old school Giants,
smash math.
Run game, defense, smash math. Let's get back to the basics. Get the pretty boy Odell out of here. We got a plan, baby. I'm talked myself into it.
Oh, you're back.
Bye, Odell.
You're back in. I talked you out
See
of
ya.
it. You're back in.
Have fun in Cleveland.
You need a quarterback, though, bro. You do need that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Do you think Kyler Murray's gonna is he definitely going Cardinals? Because then I was hearing some little chatter being like, "Oh, Giants at 6, so they go get Kyler Murray." I'm like, wait, is he even gonna be there?
He's not gonna be there. That's the problem.
I think so. I guess what? Maybe this move is to get Kyler Murray. Maybe they're gonna package 6 and 17. Maybe Cardinals would move back if they believe in Rosen. They may not be done.
We got Eli though. I don't know if we need a quarterback right away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of
spaghetti-armed Eli.
Dwayne Haskins rumors too.
Dude.
Them trying to trade up to get him.
Oh, dude, I don't know about that one. I was at the Rose Bowl this year. I know we talked
Yep.
about that. I just wasn't super impressed.
Oh boy. All right. So let's not get Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah.
If they do that, I'm gonna be. That's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, bro. Thank you for coming on quickly for the emergency pod and talking me down.
Philly sports teams, we're trending up, so come on.
It's never gonna happen.
Well, as always, TTP.
All right, dude. Kobe.